Hello, I'm Darla Boljat. My company's DK Boljat. It is right there. And I'm gonna paint this wooden board. It's just a wooden board that is stained on the front. And I've got oil paint here and a brush ready to go. And I thought I would just sit here and paint with you if you wanna join me. See if I can get that to mix up. I'll get a knife to mix this up. I don't know. Are you able to see the paint in the mixing? Yes, you are. I can't see the screen. This is brown and black. So it will make a dark brown, very dark brown, which is different than what I normally do. Normally I put black on here, just black. And I'm gonna paint Mount Hood. I wonder if that's attached. There's something on there, a little bit of, you know what? I could just make that part of the mountain. I think I will. So I'm gonna put the line to put that in. I wanna make sure this is not too close to the top. I'm gonna turn on the light so you guys can see what I'm doing. That might help a little bit. Let's see here. Come on, let's go on the plug. There we are. That might be a little bit better. All right. Or that could be like a bird off in the distance, right? If I'm doing a mountain. So if I want to line this, I don't need to have it straight. The mountain can be to one side. I'm going to make the outline of the mountain. And this is a brown and black Gamblin paint. And it's also mixed with a little bit of medium that's supposed to be non-toxic. I have MS, so I try to stay as non-toxic as I can on everything. Even down to people. I've only learned that this last year, but even down to people. So I've removed all toxins out of my life as best I can, because you can't help it. You're gonna run into BPA everywhere. Maybe even in your clothing. I don't know. I haven't checked to see if my jeans had BPA in them, but you know, it's just the way our society, the way our world is now. You just have to be careful. There's a lot of toxins out there, and our bodies are not used to processing all those toxins. So I'm just gonna get this outside line done on here. And because of that, it overloads our system. And so if you have other things going on, medical, in addition to toxins being introduced every day, it can deteriorate your health quicker than you'd like. Anyway, so I'm quit talking about that. I'm gonna talk about positive things. Let's see, I'm gonna get a different brush because this guy is just not putting out as much as I want him, to put out the paint. I'm gonna get a bigger brush and then clean it off. And I have my brush holder here. I think you guys have seen that. It's on, I invented this brush holder. I don't know if you can even see it if I lay it on there, but you know, it keeps them all organized if I put them in the right way. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish filling this in. There we go. And I don't need it to come all the way to the edges. I was trying to be perfect here. I'm gonna get the edges back a little bit because it should be like right in the middle. Let me see if I can take that off. So Q-tips work really well to erase pretty much anything, even oil paint. I'm gonna see if I can get that off. Yep, it's coming off just fine. And I'll bring it back just a hair. Just a hair, there we go. And then I can blend it in. Yeah, it just makes it go away. These are always fun. These are not too much of a commitment to paint. And I mean, I love to paint, trust me. I don't know who all of you are artists out there, but sometimes when life is a little hectic, it's difficult to justify, but I need to make it more of a priority every day because it helps helps everything for me. Even in this season of life, it's gonna help everything. So that side looks a little lower. I can make it higher, that's fine. So I'm gonna just make this mountain off in a cloud, I think. It's just kind of floating in the sky. Anyway, so yeah, I eat no processed food if I can help it. I don't, like I used to eat the Larabars, but I don't even eat those anymore. I just have salads a lot and lots of lean organic protein, and I'm gonna maintain that diet for as long as I can, because I told you I have MS and I went off of my medication, so that is, I went off my medication a year and a half ago, about a year ago. It was yeah, a little over a year. There we go. Not quite a year and a half. And I've been fine, no relapses or anything like that. So I'm not saying go off your medication. I'm just saying if you have MS, talk to your doctor about it. I need a little bump here because Mount Hood has a bump. A little bump. There we are. It doesn't have to have it's got little things sticking up. I'm gonna see if I can get that to just the edge of it. And if I can't, I'll thin down the paint a little bit more. So this has lean medium in it, not fat medium. Lean, you do lean and then you do fat over that. And does that look like Mount Hood? I don't know, that might be a little too exaggerated. I can fix it. I can fix it by making the peak a little higher. Let's just do that. That's one thing I've learned from my students, is that a lot of times they will put such a emphasis on, how they're doing their painting, and they will get very upset if something happens. But after many years of painting, you don't really get so upset anymore, because you know you can fix it. You can fix it. It's not a big deal. See if to the mountain direction, I'm going down, or to the side, depending on what part of the mountain I'm on. I am going to go the direction of the mountain, because that will help give the illusion of that being a mountain. And then we have water. It's going to be water there. So I'm wondering if I should I'm going to do that. I'm thinking ahead here. I'm going to bring out make it go a little further up so that it's not so, so pointed? Yeah, make it a little flatter to the ground. There we go. And I can always use the little liner brush instead of using this brush. This is just a round brush. It is a good round brush. There we go. So that's going to be fine. And then this mountain is, it doesn't really look like Mount Hood. Mount Hood is not this pointy. So I need to make it a little bit flatter it's a little bit more, although it's not a bad mountain. Oh, I just went past the mountain peak because there's a hair on my brush. Well, that would be my Watson's hair, probably my cat. I try to keep him off my painting stuff, and I try to cover it up when I'm not here. But he's got to spread the love, and there's a little bit of his love on this brush. It's called a hair, and it just made that little thing. So what I can do is erase it with a Q-tip and make it less visible. There we go. And I can always do that edge again if I want this to be sharper, which I kind of want it to be, I don't know, maybe bigger. I'm going to make it bigger. Yeah. There we go. And maybe make it, again, a little further out, like come out. I'm going to make it come up to about, let me see if I can see that. It's going to come out to about here and then come down. So I hope that, I don't know if you're an artist or if you're just watching this for entertainment or if you're watching this to learn. This is just oil paint. I'm not doing anything fancy, just painting. Makes it really easy and relaxing to do this. Let's see. I'll just go ahead and put this in and then bring this on out. And that would be, yeah, it's a little bit less of a peak. There we go. We're going to come out a little bit more. There we are. And I hope you can hear me well. I don't have a microphone plugged in. That'll be my next thing. I have a microphone. I just have to figure out how to plug it in. Haven't done that yet. But it wasn't too long ago. I just started with my YouTube channel. I tried to get it to you know, get more people to watch it so that maybe in the future I could monetize it, which would be great. And I'll get to meet new people, and that would be wonderful, from all over the world. And that's been great. So that part. It's not monetized yet, but you know what? That's probably around the corner. Okay, so for the water, I'm gonna take a fan brush. I think that's good enough for Mount Hood. It could pass for Mount Hood, sure. I'm gonna get the little fan brush, which is one of my favorite little brushes, and load up the paint. And then I'm gonna put in water, or the illusion of water. It doesn't have to be perfect water in front of here. It's just gonna look like it. And then just bringing it back and forth. Just bring it back and forth. And I'm gonna leave some of the wood showing through. Some of the wood from the board showing through. There. And all I'm trying to do is give the illusion of water in front. There we go. And I can also put in trees, which I haven't done that yet. But first I'm gonna get more paint. I'm running out of paint. And this guy, I kind of messed it up. Oil painting is so forgiving. It is easy to correct it. I mean, I could wipe this whole thing off and just say it's done for, you know, I'm not gonna do this one or whatever. It's very forgiving. And the only drawback I think to oil painting is that for me, it's messier than, I have a hard time keeping it contained. It gets all over the place without me even knowing it did. This is chromatic black. And then I was using burnt umber with it. So I'm gonna mix that right into the burnt umber. So for me, it's more messy. I can put some more medium on here, which is lean medium. There we go. So I've been painting since 2004. I didn't get diagnosed with MS until about 6 years ago. And that was because of the ongoing stress in my life. And not from being an artist, it's a whole different story that I'm not gonna go to right now, but I'm just saying, I got diagnosed about 6 years ago, and it changed my life. It made me healthier. I now watch what I eat. I watch what I drink. I don't drink alcohol anymore. You know, just that kind of stuff. I mean, because it's not good for your health, really. That's blacker than what I have up here, which is fine. I can add a little brown to it and change it up. We'll do that. And add a little bit burnt umber, and it'll make it nicer. But I highly recommend, I have a video on here on YouTube about my MS, and you can watch that, and it just basically tells you, you know, what I did and how I ended up changing my life. I mean, it's just something that changed my life. So, and I'm grateful that honestly, I'm grateful, because before that I would gain weight and I would try to lose weight, so I would eat stuff that wasn't good for you, and then I would end up losing weight, but you know, I wasn't getting the nutrients I needed, and then on top of that, the stress, it was too much. So anyhow, my MS has been quiet for the last 6 years, and I praise God for that, because all I can do is hope that it's going to continue being quiet, and yeah, so that's my story with the MS. But so I haven't used paint thinner. I use walnut oil, and I have a video on here about that if you want to go through the videos. I think it's one of the longer videos, but anyhow, art for me is is a place to retreat to. It is I can check out and, you know, enjoy. So I'm gonna put some trees in here. I can enjoy what I'm doing, and let's see what kind of trees would be out there with Mount Hood. Might have the ground coming down a little bit more, or I could bring the water up. I think I'll bring the water up, so I could use a Q-tip. Doesn't matter if it's clean. We'll just bring the water across there. There we go. And then I'll put a tree in there. But yeah, so 2004 is when I started, and then 2009 is when I made my company, and so just this last year, I changed my company from a corporation to an LLC, that's fine. Anyhow, sorry to talk about everything but painting. So I'm just making little wave marks. I'm making sure to, you know, bring my Q-tip. This is not a brush, but it's a Q-tip. I'm not saying paint with a Q-tip. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing right now. To put it in, and you're kind of making like a little, sort of a smile. That's the best I can describe of it. You're kind of doing a mark that's making a little bit of a, kind of like this. Just, yeah, we'll put a little bit more in there and bring it on out. I'm just kind of sweeping my hand down a little bit as I paint across and keeping it. So I'm going to put in a tree. There's the tree. We'll just, this brush, and this is a Bob Ross tree pretty much. We'll just come in here. I love Bob Ross. He's great. Great guy. There we go. That's a good tree. That's a nice big one. That one's healthy. Okay, and then I'll put it in the water as well. Yeah, don't have to make it perfect in the water, but enough to give you the illusion that that tree is reflecting in the water. Even though the water's kind of moving a little bit, there would be a little bit of a reflection, I think. It would be distorted in the water for sure. And I can always take out a little bit if I need to. If it's too much, we'll just see if we can get, there we go. But yeah, I'd love to hear if you are an artist and if you paint, or if you've, you know, tried painting and gone to a different, you know, type of art. I think we're all creative in one way or another. I'm gonna bring another tree, but this one's not gonna be the same height. I'll just bring it down a little bit and then put in the sides of it. It doesn't matter. So these trees are like what we have here in Oregon. I'm not gonna put too much effort thinking about it in there. I'm just gonna do it. There we go. Yeah, so that's 2 trees. Now we need another one because it's that's not enough, right? So let's see if I can put a friend over here, another tree that could be hanging out with this one. Healthy, not worried about any forest fires, just kind of hanging out, enjoying the mountain. There we go. And then again, I'm just going upside down. Like it's gonna go upside down and bring in the top of that tree. And I might have got a little carried away right there. So I'm gonna take that off with a Q-tip, and I'm gonna use a used one. I'm just looking for one that's got very little paint on one side. There we go. It's not a big deal if I overtake it off because I can always put it back on. Like I said, oil paint is very forgiving, except if you get it on your clothes. Or on your husband's clothes, or you know, on your, or like one time my cat walked right through a palette of oil paint, which I had to wash his feet with soap that would take off the oil paint, and I felt really bad because since then I've learned to put wax paper or something over it so that he doesn't end up getting it on his feet. I think that might be good. I might put one more. So those guys are good and they're showing the reflection. Well, if I do 4, then I'm gonna have to do 5. So I might stop at 3. But I'm really glad that you joined me today. I'm really glad that you joined me for this video, and I hope you like it, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. And let me know if there's something you wanna see me paint. I would be happy to do it. Well, I mean, depending on what it is. Something family friendly, you'd like to see me paint. I don't, I like to do the ones that are, the videos that are the shorts a lot. Like I have a lot of shorts of me painting because they're easy. I can turn on whatever I want to turn on in the background, and you guys don't know what I'm listening to, and that's okay. So I'm not, you know, coming close to wrecking any, or doing any copyright infringing. There we go. So anyway, but yeah. I think that's going to be it. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop now, and then I'll sign it. Well, I could sign it right now. You guys can hang out with me if you want. I'm going to sign it. And I am very glad that you came and watched this video. And yeah, I'll sign right here because there's plenty of room. So I'll use the liner, which is super easy. Just, you know, you put in just your initials. Well, I'm going to do my initials. You can put whatever you want. You don't even have to sign it if you don't want to. Some people don't like to sign them. So that in there, and then if I'm having difficulty, which I kind of am running out of paint, we'll see if I can, there we go, that's good. I can always add more of the medium to it. See if I can get it to, there we go, that would help. That would help get it to fall in line there. Okay, there's my name. Well, that B looks a little small on the bottom, but that's okay. I'll leave it. I don't have to be a perfectionist. As soon as you get the gist, it's my name. I'm gonna put more medium on here. And I have it in a little dropper bottle. I actually took it out of the bottle and put it in here so I could easily get some when I needed it. And it smells like lavender. It's supposed to be non-toxic, but okay. Very end, I'm just gonna make just the tip of this, we'll make it. Anyway, what do you do? Do you paint? What's your job? What's your trade? I'd love to hear. And where are you from? Yeah. I am in Sherwood, Oregon, and I am an artist, and I also take really good care of my body because of the MS. So that's the truth. Let's go to the last initial, last letter. There we go. Calling it done. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you like the video, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. That was my chair. Okay. And enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Okay, thanks.